Okay. So this is starting from a new laptop. Let me just check if everything is working. Okay, I'm here. Hey, what is up, traders? Welcome back to Forex Gym, and this is for another live Forex analysis. So I'm using this new laptop, so I hope everything is coming nice and clear. Finally, managed to set up everything, not like yesterday. So it should be fine. You should be getting also the better quality as unlike the old laptop. So welcome back to everyone who is here. So Charles is already here. Hello, Charles. Morning. So Charles is asking a few questions. So I will be addressing your questions. I had a look at a few of them. So let's start. So morning, George. Me again. Just a thought. I'll get early and ask you a question. I appreciate your session. Thanks in advance. So what are we doing before trading Forex? What inspired you to trade Forex, and what was your motivation and determination behind this? Okay, what I was doing before that, as of the work-wise, I was doing pretty much like normal labor work, nothing related to finance. So it's nothing related to finance. So I do not have any advantage over the. I know some people they in the finance and they just move into the sort of Forex or stock market and all that. But I never had any background towards finance or anything. So I was just doing normal labor work, and I've changed my jobs quite a lot, especially good few years back. So yeah, just like a normal labor work full time. I also had 2 and 3 jobs as well, but that's a bit long, far, like good 5-6 years back. What was the other question? What inspired you to trade Forex, and what was your motivation? I wouldn't say the motivation is. I won't say the motivation. I don't trust in motivation as well. It's more like the discipline. When I discovered Forex by chance, like I accidentally bumped into it. So when I decided to start I wanted to start traveling, and I wanted to look for the ways to make my money online. So, and then when I was looking, I tried a few things such as like drop shipping and all the other things, and I accidentally come across with Forex. So the first reason was to make money, but then it became my passion. So then I stuck to it, and then that's why I'm here now. So only after it became the passion. But the first reason was to make money. But then I did fall in love with the Forex when I saw the charts and all that. I think it's very fascinating, and that's why then I was like, okay, this is really interesting, and I wanted to be more and more into it. And then yeah, I just pretty much never stopped, and since then I've been trading. So my determination was you trade Forex, and what was your motivation and determination behind this? So yeah, what kept you determined to continue the learning process, and how did you keep yourself motivated? Yeah, the learning process, it was so new. It's very fascinating to learn, and how these markets work in general, how these candlesticks and all that moves. It's very fascinating. It was very new. Even like now, I'm still learning the market. Even though I've been trading for 3.5 years now, I'm still always looking for the ways to learn more and improve. So it's always this learning curve. I do love learning in general. I read a lot as well. I read books and I listen books. I do at least very minimum read about 1 hour a day at the very minimum. So I do love this learning process and the markets, because it's very unpredictable, and you need to have that mindset. It's all about mindset games. I know a lot of the educators say that way, that they putting all the strategy is very important, but strategy is not as important as the mindset. The mindset is at the very minimum is 80%, and the 20% is the strategy and all the tricks and candles, whatever comes in. But it doesn't matter what strategy you have. If you don't have a mindset, the trader mindset, you're not going to make money. Even if you have like the best strategy in the universe, you're not going to make money. So what was the motivation behind? What kept you deciding? Okay. How long did you practice for before switching to the real money, and how long before you could consider it your full-time job? Okay, how long did I practice for it? So I started with a demo account, so it was like the fake account, if we call it. I practiced for the good 6 months. Actually, it was more than 6 months. I know it's a bit long, but and I know that a lot of people say that the demo account is not same as the real account, which is true. But the lessons and mistakes I made on the demo account, if I would have made that same mistakes on the real account, it would have cost me quite a bit. So I would definitely recommend for the as a new traders to start with the demo account. And the first thing you need to do, and that's very difficult to do, is as a new trader when you're starting up for trading, you need to forget about earning money, make money on the forex market. It's very difficult. That's the reason why most people get into trading to make money, but it's not an easy journey. It's definitely not an easy journey. If someone says the otherwise, they definitely lying. The trading is not easy. That's the reason why it has done. That's why the 90% of the people, 90% of the traders lose money, and then they never come back to the trading because yeah, they lost. And pain is too great. What was the other one? How long did you? So yeah, I would say 6 months to more than 6 months. Uh, as of the full-time job in terms of basic minimum salary, yeah, trading doesn't work that way. It's not the basic. It's not like you earning. Um, you get like on a normal job if you're working full time, as we all kind of domesticated. So you get a job and you're getting certain amount of money every hour. It does not work that way. Sometimes in a month you can make a substantial amount of money, but on the following month you can lose all that money. So it doesn't work that way that you every month you're gonna be making £1,000 every month. It doesn't work that way. The market dictates how much you're gonna make. So it does not you can't really calculate in terms of the basic minimum salary or yeah, you can't really do that because all the time is different. Sometimes you're on minus, sometimes you're in profits, so it just fluctuates. The goal is to be making money over the long period of time. So if you want to track it, I track it at the very minimum 3 months. I don't look at the weekly, day, Saturday or daily. I know the people they do like to look at this, how much money I made today. It does not matter because on the next day you might lose all that money or even more. So you have to track it at the very minimum for the 3 months increments. So every 3 months, okay, did I make money? What mistakes I made? And then reanalyze and do it for the following 3 months, and then track it from 3 months to a year. And then if you're gonna make money on that one, then you can calculate if you're gonna make how much you made, because every 3 months or every year is going to be the different amounts. So you can't really say that on the basic minimum salary. How did you go about learning forex, and how did you learn from? Okay, why are you doing what you're doing? So how did I go about learning internet? Pretty much most of the times I go into, there's a lot of good information on the internet, but we do have a loads of nonsense. It's especially nowadays. There's a lot of people, they putting some useless, unrealistic things. I got the comments as well on my channel. They generally go to the spam. The people probably seen it that someone is referring to someone that they helped, some trader or investor, whatever, they helped him to make 16,000 every week. This is nonsense, and it's definitely a scam. And I did had a few people who commented that kind of things on my videos, but they generally go to the spam. Sometimes they manage to get into that the comment section, but anything, this is very unrealistic to expect to make 16,000 every week, unless you have like few million on your account. Then it could be, but if you have something like 1,000 pounds on your account, and then someone is saying that they can help you to make 16,000 every month with a 1,000 pounds capital, that's nonsense. That is definitely nonsense. So mainly the internet, and I did use the signals, if you call it. Yes, I did use it for, how long did I use it? That was on the swing trading on the, probably I would say 5 or 6 months. I was using it before. Yes, So that helped me. It was more of a mindset game. So I needed to get that thing in my head to. So I did use the signals for about 6 months before. Uh, it can help, but you need to pick your sort of an educator to be legit. So yeah, I did that while I'm doing what you're doing in terms of your invalid. So the free advice, the reason why I started, the very main reason why I started this channel was because I've seen so many fake gurus they claiming to make you rich in a week or month, and I've come across with them too many of them, and to be honest, I got really pissed. So, and I know it's fake, but I do know that for the new person who doesn't know anything about trading, they very easy to fall into that trap, and that was my main reason to start this channel, to help the new traders and even intermediate to educate that to expect that to turn like 1,000 USD into 20,000 in a week. That's very unrealistic. It only you can do that with the huge leverage, and uh, yeah, that's not gonna last. Even if you get lucky to turn that amount of money over the long run, you're gonna fail it miserably. That's very bad. But a lot of people they claiming to be experts, and they offer their whatever the courses or services to help them to make them rich. But at the end, not many people don't think any people to get there. So it's that was my main reason, and then I started to keep going. So I did actually start to enjoy doing YouTube and live stream as well. So I'm looking for the other ways as well to make it better, and especially like I do see that some people do find it valuable. So looking forward to even make it better this channel, and so that was my main reason why I started, and I still continue to do that. And yeah, I'm here for the long term. As of the YouTube, I think it's a great platform to share your ideas and demonstrate that the to help other people as well, especially new traders. So what was that in terms of your okay? When you started with the real money, where you're losing, how long were you losing for? Yeah, of course. When I started with the real money, I was losing. That's pretty normal. You will be going to losing trades because you not really know much what you're doing. So when I started with the real money, I was risking. Fraction very I think I started with risking 0.1% of my capital, so very low. And so I was losing, but I was not losing that much. My main goal was to learn, and I do believe that if you're a new trader, that should be your main goal, not to concentrate on how much money you're going to be making. That's what most people do. That they put £100 into their account and they expect them to turn 100 into 10,000 in a week. That does not work that way. And hopefully I'm here to make sure that to save someone from killing their accounts and suffer major losses. So yeah, your main goal, at least for like I would say for the first year, to be learn and absorb all the information. This one take the trading, forex trading takes a long time to master, and even for me, I would not consider myself that I mastered it. Maybe after I don't know how many years, then I can say that I can definitely maybe master it. Maybe, but for now, I do know quite a few things about trading, and um, yeah, I do, but I wouldn't call myself like the expert guru or something like that. But I do certainly know a good few things about trading, and I've seen a good results out of trading. In yeah, when so with it. So how long were you losing for? Did you ever think about giving up? So how long I was losing? I would say on my first year, I did not really see any profits. So 1 year it was not really more like down, so down not much because I was not risking that much amount, so it was like kind of going up and down, but mainly down. The equity was mainly going down. On the second year, then it started to come up on the second year, and then I was bigger in profits and then profits flat, so it was kind of fluctuating. And on the third year, that's where it started to the equity curve started to go up. Have I ever, what was it? Did you ever think about giving up? Yeah, definitely I did, quite a lot of times actually. I was thinking too, was like, okay, sometimes, especially in my first year, when you put the trades and you expect to work out and it doesn't work out, yeah, certainly thought about giving up for good few times, but then no, I did not. So yeah, that's normal when you get to the especially on the first year, when you get to that state when you're not making money and maybe you have problems at work and everything just adds up all together, and then it does reflect on your trading. Did you ever think about giving up? How long was it before you saw consistent profits? Yeah, I would say about on the third year. The one thing I want to clarify: the consistent profits. The consistent profits, it does not mean that every month you're making money. Yeah, I think a lot of people understand the consistent profits that you're making every single week or every single month. You are up and up and up. That's not the consistent profits. Uh, you measure your profits. I would say it depends on the trader. I personally measure it every 3 months. But ideally on the year, I'm up, so I'm positive. So that's my consistent profit. So every year I'm up. My equity curve is up, but it could be, it doesn't have to be like in 1 month. I do have the losing month, and sometimes I think good probably good 6 or 8 months ago I had 3 months I have lost the money, but then I made it after that. So it's just make sure that on the like 1 year you made the money. So that's good. That's what I mean the consistent profit. It doesn't happen that every month you are up. What times do you trade in a day? What would you say to the people that create this social media? What times? I trade on a UK session. What time do you trade? Yeah, I trade on a UK session. Generally, is okay. So I start looking at the about 6 a.m. Pretty much when I wake up, I get up, I look at the trades, especially if I have the running trades on open trades, then I do look at the trades in the morning when I get up. But I trade from, let's say, 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. UK time, roughly on that. But it could differ sometimes, but generally it's about 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. What would you say to people that create social media groups and give out free signals to use these yourselves? I don't use free signals anymore, but I used it in. There was no free signals. I paid for that signals. That was quite some time ago, but I did pay for it. It was not really a free signal. I do think there are good people out there who are give out the good quality information, but you have to be very, very careful, because I've seen a lot of people, they just put a nonsense and then they try to sign you up with their special course or that magic strategy which gives you 95% win rate. Anyone says they have this strategy which gives you 95% win rate, I would say run. It's the psychologically works that the higher the percentage, because you're going to be making money consistently, it's good. But actually, if someone offers me 95% win rate strategy and 60% win rate strategy, I'll go for the 60% win rate strategy, because that would be, there's a lot of other things going on behind that. Because if you have a high win rate strategy, then your return is going to be much lower, which means the risk reward is going to be very low. We need to get the risk rewards in order to make money. So, and in order to have a good risk reward is to have a lower win rate strategy. But that doesn't mean that you're not gonna make money. Even with a 40% win rate strategy, you still can make money. So, just that people use that 95% because it's easier to lure new traders who have no idea how to what's the trading like. Then it works for the new traders, and then they end up buying that. Whatever that strategy is for £99, then it's not going to work. So, what are you thinking? Sorry, yeah, I did answer that one. What would you say to the people that create social media? Okay, I answered that. Do you this yourself? I answered that one. Have you done? Yes, so I have done. I did answer that. Charles, good morning. Sorry for the basic questions. Not a problem, Charles. You can ask questions. Certainly, it's not a problem at all. I'm glad to answer the Hello, George. Hello, Sarang. Chris. Hello, Chris. Ehab. Hey, Ehab. Lots of scams about trading anything nowadays. Yeah, definitely, Chris. Too many. That was my main reason starting this channel. It's especially Instagram is very bad. Instagram is so bad. I've seen too many of them. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so I did answer the good amount of questions. Now we can jump into the analysis. So first one was the euro against the USD. Yeah, you can leave it, guys, the questions or the any other currency you want me to analyze. I will be coming back to them. We do have that 1.5 hours, so we still got good 1 hour to go, more than 1 hour actually. So we still have a fair amount of time. Okay, so I'm gonna jump into the. Oh, I forgot to open my Epic pen. Where's the Epic pen? There we go. So just to make sure I can draw the be easier. So Euro USD starting with a daily time frame. So we've seen a nice moves like yesterday. We are pushed up very good. We have seen a nice volatility. So when the price came down to this tested this low, the daily low down here. So we are still sitting on this choppy range. So the price is just doing this, and hopefully maybe even if when it comes up to this level, maybe it will manage to break. But that's we're gonna see in the future. But on this one, I do see the opportunity for this one to push at most likely gonna go up to 109, 109.75. I do see that happening because it does look like you're having a very nice momentum. So there's a good chance the price will push up to these highs in here. So we do have a good, how many pips? So if we call it 09.75, so we're looking for about 35 pips. So let's drill down to the short time frame. So there could be a potential for the day trade. I did miss this entry actually in here. What was the last 4 hours? Yeah, I was at the gym that time. I was sleeping. So yeah, I did miss this opportunity. That was a nice retracement towards down to this low, so we did miss that one, and hopefully the market's going to give us another chance to retrace again. So let's go to the 1 hourly time frame. Let's see what's going to be. Okay, it does look good in terms of momentum. So it has this nice retracement, which unfortunately we end up missing, including myself. So there is a potential for the price to push down. It would be good if the price manages to push about 10-15 pips lower. Ideally, we'll do it in this hour, or could be in the next hour. The one thing I don't want to see the candle like this one to close like this. We've seen it in here. It's the way the candles look like. It's like an inverted hammer. So I don't want to see any indecision candles putting in this area. So certainly, if it does the indecision this hour, I might wait. However, if the price, let's say, comes down like this one, that will be a very good opportunity to take the long trade. So I want to see the price coming down about a 109.27, about 25, could be 25 as well. So we do have these spikes down here, as well as this spike high up here, this spike on the higher time frame. So that should be a good area to go to the long side. Now I need to calculate the stop losses. So let's have a look at the 109. I could call it 109.27. Let's put it 109.27. See how much stop we need. 17. So 10. Okay, this one might need. Okay, this one's going to need 15 pip stop loss. 12 or 15 pip stop loss on this one. So if we're going to 109.27 and we're going to run it to, what was a daily time frame. 109.27. So we're looking for about 77. Yeah, 27 to 77. So we're looking for about 50 pips gain on this one with a 15 pip stop loss. So that's pretty decent. would be what, 1 to 3, just over 1 to 3 risk reward. So that's pretty decent. We can give it a good 15 pips stop loss. If you want, you can give it extra 5 pips. It can be justifiable as of the risk reward perspective goes. We can justify that. So it does looking pretty strong. The one thing I do want to mention again, that we want to wait for the for the price to come down to this level, and if the candle closes as an indecision in here, then I would sit and wait and not take the trades. Market might leave us and actually shoot higher, but we want to see that retracement because we can't really take the trades. Actually, we can, but I don't do, as of my strategy goes, I don't do that. So I'm going to write the levels now. Which one was it? 109.27. 15 stop loss. So what was it? Euro USD. The type is a buy. Buy entry. Oops, no, this one. So entry is 109.27. Yeah, 109.27. SNL, so that's stop loss would be about 15 to, you can give it a 20 pip stop loss, that's fine too. And the target is at 109.77, right? No, 77. So that will be the levels in here. Okay, so that's those sounds. Okay, Shaz, massive thank you for that personal session. It was very beneficial. Thank you. You're welcome, Shaz. Not a problem at all. Ihab is saying, I think the market nowadays still people's money. Yeah, could be. It's more like people and banks and all that you can, but we have this ability to kind of prevent or limit that happening. Song says, I don't think so. Market giving nice moves yesterday. Yeah, we did have a nice moves yesterday, but for the people who caught up to the other side of the market, that people they lost money. But we all lose money in the when we trade. I lose a lot of money as well, but I do make more than I lose. So we need to look at this as we need to look at it over the long run. Always look at the bigger picture rather than just if we lose money in a week or even in a month. It does not really matter as long as you keep that risk, manage that risk. Whatever you're risking, if you're risking 1%, just keep it as the 1%. And if you lost this substantial amount, let's just say it's nothing wrong with cutting down your risk. So let's say if you're risking 1% and you went to number of losing trades, there's nothing wrong with to reduce your risk. There's nothing wrong with it, especially if you have for let's say you have 1,000 pounds on your account and you traded and you lost 100. So you can reduce your risk to and you're risking 1%. So you can reduce your risk to, let's say, 0.75 or 0.8. There's nothing wrong with reducing your risk, especially when you're going to that losing streak, because that would be psychologically easier. Saish, hello Saish, hey everyone. George, Canadian dollar against Japanese yen and British pounds, Japanese yen too. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have a look at the CAD JPI and GBP JPI. Volatility and unexpected sudden moves up and down just help people to does not apply analysis. Depends. Volatility is good because when the markets are volatile, but yeah, I do agree if it's unexpected and it suddenly happens when you're not expecting, then yeah, it can create you can lose the money, but we need the volatility to make money. Otherwise, without volatility, we can't really make money because the market is going to be not moving much. We do need that volatility. But however, of course, if it's the unexpected, let's say something happens and you have a trade on, then and it moves against your direction, that is it's quite annoying. So I do agree. It happened to me many times. So yeah, there's nothing really we can do. The news does comes out when we're not expecting, and it's unscheduled, and then it can move against our direction. It gets stopped out. That's why we use the stop losses, just in case something like this happens and the market moves against you. Then we do have that stop loss there. The trade's going to close, and yeah, we take that loss, but it's better to take a small loss than not have a stop loss and the markets go against your direction, and you just yeah. People who work by luck. So, yeah, who was expecting USD British pounds to go up in this sudden move? It was very weak against USD. Technologists was saying that it should move down. Yes. British pounds against USD. Yeah, that moves, they do happen. I mean, we can't really predict in high precision that the market's going to do as the way the technicals look like. So this is the probability game. So we can't really say that this is just unexpected, but we can't really say that because the technicals is looking that way, then it has to go down. Doesn't mean the market will do that, because market is here to prove us wrong constantly. That's why I say it's a mindset game. It's all about mindset game. The strategy is not as important as the mindset. So we need to practice that mindset. Euro is a bit risky. I will leave that one unless the expiry drops. Euro. We do have a news out on that one. Yeah, I do need to cover the news because we do have two main news. So I will be covering on that one the news shortly. So I did analyze the Euro USD. So okay, let's jump into the CAD Japanese yen. It's just like, yeah. So Canadian dollar. Yeah, sometimes you look at the markets and it looks like everything is aligned. The technicals is good. You're just doing everything as your strategy is telling you, and you may even do that. You put the trade and completely goes against what you thought it might do. So that's normal. That's the markets. That's why it's a probability game, and that's why we use stop losses to minimize that risk. So yeah, that's normal. Once you spend a couple of years trading, then you will accept that fact. There's nothing we can do about it. Of course, there are people who are speculating it, such as like the banks and all that. They are the biggest fish in the market. Then that's where they get the most money. They can move the markets. But without them, there will be a volatility, because the retail traders, we don't have even everything combined. It's only a fraction of the percentage of our retail monies in the forex market. So just with that money, the market will not move a muscle. So that's why we need these hedge funds, banks, and all that to create that volatility. We need the volatility. Okay, so Canadian dollar against JPY, so Japanese yen. Okay, looks interesting. Yeah, I do like this currency. So we are sitting in a range bound in here. I've watched this one a couple of weeks back, and I was checking on this trade, but it's still in a range bound. It's been going up for like a long time, since March, the beginning of March. It's been chopping around. It's going up and down. It's not really doing much. So, but we do have a nice range, so we can still we can still put the day trades on this one. It's still good 200 pip range. So for now, what I can see, this is a daily time frame. So yesterday we put this strong bullish candle without much tails. We have this tiny tail in here, but the mainly does looking pretty strong. So what the price is doing right now, so it came up. We can see it in here. So the price came up and took out this high in here. So this spike high is marginally higher than this here. So it took out that spike high, and what I can see, it doesn't really have much of a reaction. So within next potential 7770. Yeah, so the price did tick up that high, but it's not really having much of a reaction on that one. So let's go to 4-hourly time frame. Yeah, generally when the price does takes out the high or the low, the main daily high or the low and high time frames, it does generally have a reaction. Um, but in this case, we don't really see that one happening. So just having a mild reaction. So the price came up and now it's kind of tracing, having a mild sort of a pullback, let's say. So where the price might be heading. So let's go to 1 hour time frame. Let's anticipate what could be the. Okay, it's a nice 1 hour on the bullish candle. So we do have this nice 1 hour bullish candle, and now the price, yeah, the price is retracing. Let's go behind, see what we have. Hmm, 7710. Can't be too far. Okay. The stop loss will not work, so I do want to see. Maybe 7,700. 7,700 put down to 76.90. So I'm looking at the trying to anticipate where the price might be heading. So far, it does looking like the just price is having a pullback once because it has taken out the daily high, so the price is having a pullback. But the potentially there could be this one up here. It could be a potential entry. However, we're gonna need to put the stop losses. Uh, Ideally down to this low down here, so somewhere on this one. In order to do that, we want for the price to, let's see in here, 7,700. We take the stop loss at 7,700. About 25 pips. Okay, on this case, if I do want to see the price coming down to this 7,700 area. So we're in this level in here, but I want to see that happening in the next hour. So hopefully this candle is going to close it the way it is right now, and then for the next hour, the price will push down to this level in here. So that could be there could be a potential for the entry at around 7,700, could be 7,702. That could be our potential for the entry unless the price does something else. But for now, I do see the potential for if the price comes down for the following hour, in the next hour, then the entry at this level with the stop loss down to this level. So we're looking for about 20 to 25 pip stop loss. So I do want to position my stop loss around down to this level, so below this this spike low in here. So let's say we enter at 7,700 for the simplicity with the 20 or 25 pip stop loss, and our targets. Are we targeting this area up to let's go about 77.70 zone, roughly about 77.70 zone. We're looking for 70 pip gain with 20 or 25 pip stop loss, so that gives us above 1 to 3 risk reward. So you can give it a 25 pip stop loss. I think it will be a safer one actually. So 75 pips, 70 pip gain with a 25 pip stop loss. So that could be a potential for this one, but it has to do it in the next hour. Yeah, it has to do it in the next hour, depending on what it's gonna do. I can't really say if it does in this hour. If it comes down like this one, I will not be interested in that one. If it puts this long bearish candle down to this level, then I would leave this trade alone. But that's why it has to do it in the next hour. And the reason why I want to put the stop losses down here, because the price might want to come down down to this level, maybe in the next hour or 1 hour after that. So I want to give it a bit of precaution, so that's why I want to stop losses in here. So I'm going to write the levels on this. So the entry was potential about 7,725 stop loss. Currencies type would be buy. Buy entry would be which was entry 77. Oops, wait. 7700. 77. So 7700 with this uploads at so 25 pips, and the target is potential. So this is more like kind of semi-swing in a way, a bit steep for the day trades, but more like a semi-swing on this occasion. And it was, the target was at 77.70. So let's see. 77.70 is the targets. Okay. So we did the Canadian dollar against Japanese yen. So we got British pounds against Japanese yen. Okay, a lot of Japanese. Okay, so let's have a look at the British pounds against Japanese yen. GBP, JPY. GBP, JPY. Oh, okay. Okay, so we do have this trend line. I think we can put this trend line up here. Yeah, we do have this stick trend line on. No, that one here. Yeah, so we do have this trend line. Maybe the price will break this pretty easily. Okay, as of the daily time frame, this one is looking as of the trend itself on this particular occasion on a daily time frame. It looks like it wants to make its way down. However, as of the yesterday, we've seen this surge towards upside on the daily time frame. Yesterday, we had this nice bullish daily candle, and it looks like the price is does pushing it higher. Let's go to short time frame. Let's do it on to the 4-hourly time frame. So we have this same 4-hourly candle. Okay, it's a bit more clear on the 4-hourly time frame. So the price came up, test this 4-hourly highs. It has not taken out. Okay, it has not taken out the spike high in here. Okay. Yeah, this one looks a bit tricky. Let's go to 1-hour time frame. In terms of trading it. It does looking, yeah, on a short time frame, it does have this nice up, it looks up momentum. It's looking pretty decent, but I'm just worried about the daily, on a daily time frame. Let's see, maybe a potential for the day trades. Okay, so tested this one. 130 to 80. No, that's too far away. So now I'm looking. Okay, what he's doing. Now I'm looking at the potential if we can take the trade. So I'm trying to determine the target in here. Then, if we can take on this one, I would only take the day trade, not semi-swing or swing, because it's unclear what the price will do in maybe today or tomorrow. Be unpredictable. So we do have this 1,200. So we do have this Oh, okay, this one looks like a very decent resistance zone. So we have this nice resistance zone on the 4-hourly time frame. So we have seen this one. So there's a lot of price action going on this level. So that could be potentially where the price is heading. So roughly about 130 to 100, which is about 50 pips in it. So it could be potential for the long. However, because we are having this, as of the trend is looking down, so do not like trading against the trends, but we do have a very strong momentum towards upside. So just the question of yeah, I don't like this one. The only thing I can justify on this particular occasion, the day trade, but it has to meet the certain requirements on this one. Whether it's going to do it or not, that's just a different question. I do want to wait and see the close of this 4-hourly candle. I do want to see the candle closing pretty strong, full bullish candle. And then I could be looking for the potential long side only up until to about 130 to 100, so about 50 pips. But when the other thing is if the candle comes up and closes, let's say 130, 170, still potential for the trade, but the trade has to close on a 4-hourly time frame bullish. I do want to see a strong bullish candle to close somewhere about 130, 170 area. Then for the retracement down to maybe 130, 150 zone. But this is a bit of a tricky trade. So I would say I would leave it for now. So I would not. I wouldn't trade at the moment. It does look in good momentum, but it has to still meet the certain requirements, and it can change for the next next 3 hours, just over 3 hours. So it's a bit. This is more like a waiting game and more observation, but it's because we have the trend down because of the daily, 4-hourly, and the time frames, but we do have this strong momentum. So I can't really say which side I want to pick right now, is sell or buy, but certainly it does looking, if the momentum continues and we see the candles like this 4-hourly bullish candle, then I will be taking the long trade, but only up until to this 4-hourly high, which is around 130 to 100. So I'm not going to mention any levels in this case because this is still kind of developing. I do want to see these requirements met before I would decide to take the trade on this particular case. So that was a GBP. Japanese yen. Okay. We'll have a look. So should I analyze first and go to the questions after that? We'll do that. So we do have 40 minutes. So I'm going to analyze the currency pairs. So we have another request which was Canadian Swiss franc, and I do have my 2 currencies to analyze as well. So in total, it's going to be 3 currencies, and then I'm going to come back to the questions again. And then after the questions, if we're going to have the time to analyze some more currencies, then I will do that. Okay, let's jump into the Canadian against Swiss franc, and then I'm going to go to my two currency pairs, which I wrote in here, and then I'm going to come back to the questions, and we're going to see if we're going to have any more time. Which is Canadian Swiss franc. Okay, let's go to Canada, CH. Oops, CHF. Oops, no, not this one. CHF, Swiss franc. And yeah, let's go to daily time frame. Oh, we have a news to discuss as well. Okay, Canada against Swiss franc. Probably this is a waiting game as well, but let's have a look. So on a daily time frame, we start with a daily time frame. Price deeds. Has it taken out? Yeah. So the price came up yesterday. So the price came up yesterday. Already took out this low. So this one is just marginally higher than this low. So the highs. and the price managed to take out these highs, and also today this one went just marginally above this high. So probably when the price took out these highs in here. So I do want to discuss like what's the reason, what could be the reason behind it. So it would be good to for the new traders to understand it as well. Like normally when things happen, there is generally a reason behind it why it is happening. So in this case, we have these highs, and then the price came up and took out these highs. Generally, the reason why is because the orders accumulate around these above this is a daily high, so orders accumulate on around this area. So if it's enough orders, then price will come to that orders to depending what orders, the limit order, stop losses are the orders, take profits are the orders. So the price likes to gravitate towards the orders. So that's the market's job, to fulfill orders. So that's why price is, if it's enough orders, price will go to that way to fulfill orders. So most likely the price went in the sense, took out the orders, but maybe it was not enough, or maybe came the new orders, and that's why for today we've seen the fresh new high. So if most likely when maybe the price came up this way, maybe a lot of people already shorted it and put the obvious reason with obvious place to put the stop losses will be in this level. So that's why the price most likely came up to this level and maybe triggered all that stop losses or whatever the orders were up to that high. So we are sitting in this level. The price is not really broken that level until we're gonna find out that maybe today, because this spike high does not mean the price has broken that high yet. So when the price comes up and closes nicely, that means the price has broken that level. But we're gonna see it only the 2 days candle when the 2 days candle is closed. Okay, so let's have a look at the short time frames and find the potential, if there's a potential trades on this on here. So on a 4-hour time frame, looking yeah, pretty much just reflecting on the daily, what's happening on the daily time frame. So the price did take out these spikes. Okay, so nothing much in here in terms of that. Let's go to 1 hourly time frame. Yeah, that's looking very similar to that. Which currency was it? It looks very similar to which one was it? The Euro. Was it Euro? I can't remember which. It looks very similar to. Oh yeah, Canadian against Japanese yen, I believe. Yeah, Canadian against Japanese yen. That's very similar to that one. But we do have a target that it was not to these highs. Yeah, it could be potential high up to 70. Oops, no, this is a 3-hour. We need to go 3-hour. 70, 30. Again, this is a bit tricky. A bit tricky on this case. Just looking at this one, I do want to see the price is doing. Yeah, I wouldn't say I want to either go long or go short on this case, because even though we do have this nice up, we are sitting at this daily resistance at the moment, so we do not know whether price can break the level or not, of course. And in terms of let me go with this one. Yeah, I don't really want to trade this, even though we do have this daily high, so that could be potential for the. This could be a potential for a semi-swing, but it's not going to happen today. Most likely not going to happen today. Could be tomorrow. So I do see a potential semi-swing on this one, but unlikely it's going to happen. Unlikely going to happen today. Okay. I think Swiss franc is bullish. EHub is, I think, Swiss franc is bullish. I would say if this is on the choppy range, this is more like it's chopping around. It has a momentum towards upside, but I would not call this one a bullish. It's very shallow, and yeah, I would not call this one a bullish, but certainly as of for yesterday, it gained the momentum towards upside, but we already reached this resistance level. The question I'm thinking is if the price going to break this level and make its way up to this high. We got another daily high up to this level in here, which is at 170 or 70 10 15 zone, but that will be. Yeah, I don't think so. But I would not call it as a bullish in this. Certainly has a momentum towards upside, but the trend is not very clear. So I would not really. That's why I'm hesitating. It doesn't look like I want to trade this one yet. But I do see the potential for the semi swing. But for the as of the day trades. Maybe if it comes down something like, okay, I'll try to illustrate this one. So if it comes down like maybe like this one down to this level in the next 2 or 3 hours, maybe I will take the longer trade. But this the Canadian Swiss franc, it looks very similar to the other pair I analyzed. I will mention it's just obviously I'm going to have a look at it. But for now, I would not trade this. I will not trade it yet. It did not really set up. So I can't really mention any levels at the moment. This is more like sit and wait. The potential for a semi swing. There is a potential for a semi swing. If on daily time frames the price will come down to this level, it might not do it today. Maybe tomorrow. But that's for the other sessions, so I can't really mention anything at the moment on but certainly as of the momentum is looking up, but we already reached this daily resistance, so the price might just stay there for all day today. Depends what it's gonna do. So this is the CAD Swiss francs. I'm gonna go analyze my two currency pairs. So Australian against USD and the USD against a Japanese yen. Then I'm gonna come back to the questions. So don't worry, I'm gonna address the questions. I'm not gonna ignore the questions. No worries at all. So okay, jump into the Audi USD and see the USD. The first one, Euro USD. Okay. So the first one I analyzed Euro USD. So that was they have a Australian dollar against the USD. This is also on a waiting game because we are on the range. There's a lot of currency pairs are in a range bound, so there's a lot of waiting game going on. It's the same as yesterday and the same as today, and it wasn't the last week as well. Last week was a bit quiet as well, and then on Friday I think the some currencies started to skyrocket, but mainly it's in a range bound. So on this one as well, certainly on the euro dollar and Aussie USD, they have a high correlation. So I did say on the buy side on the euro against the USD, but we do have I believe we had some high. Was it high? I know that because they do have a high correlation. So yeah, entry was on a space target on 77. Let me just refresh the trading deal for the Euro USD because they do have a high correlation, but I remember that it was some kind of high. Let's see. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so the difference between USD and AUD we do have these yeah, we do have these highs up here, as I thought, yeah, as I remember. But and on the Aussie against, we already reached the this area in here, so there is no in here we have a resistance, and in here we do have kind of this high, but it's not as major as like this one. And in here we do have, this is quite as a decent resistance. So they do tend to move quite, because they do have a high correlation. So if the Euro USD goes up, there's a high chance that the Australian against the USD is going to fall towards upside. But just make sure we take only one currency pair at a time. So we don't want to take this, and the also the ones has a high correlation. So, and also on this one, the technicals doesn't look as good in terms of long side, and also on a short side. Let's go to 4-hour time frame. So the price is already at the resistance level, even though it does looking the momentum is looking up, but the price is sitting at the resistance zone. So we have the daily resistance up there. So let's go to 1 hour time frame. Yeah, it does looking pretty strong towards upsides. We have the chance on here. We did miss that, but yeah, I don't see this one to trade. I definitely like it, Euro against USD way more than the Aussie against USD. The Euro dollar looking better, much better as of in terms of the trading, rather than in here we do have that resistance, and the entry wise is better as well. Oops. Yeah, the entry is better on that one too, because the price already marginally came down. There's no lows. Yeah, on this one, I can't really mention any levels either as well, so I can't really say that I want to play. Certainly, I will be looking for the long one, but on this one, I would wait until the price was likely going to break that the daily resistance level. But on a Euro against USD, it does looking more solid than definitely on the Aussie against USD. So can't really mention the levels in this case. So yeah, Euro USD looking better in terms of the targets and the entry. So yeah, targets up here. I did write the levels. Okay, so next one we got USD JPY. So let's go to USD JPY. Oh, good old USD JPY. Yeah, I'm still long on this. Still long on this trade for the swing terms, but it's just looking so ugly now. For the last since mid May, 13th, so pretty much since last week. So the 13th, where Wednesday. So pretty much since Wednesday started to look. These candles looking so bad. It doesn't really decide like if it wants to go up or it wants to go down. It's just like messing around, putting these small tiny candles, and it doesn't really shows that okay, like you are want to go up or he's going to collapse and go to continue towards the downside. So it's pretty undecisive in this case. I was hoping that when I took this trade down at on this level, we had this nice bullish candle, and I was expecting for we're gonna have a follow through, but we can see now it's price is always, and it's not doing what he wanted to do, so it's normal. Let's go to short time frame. Maybe I can find something that we can maybe take a day trade in here or not. So as of 4 hourly, so 4 hourly took out this spike high, so made this another high in here, retracement, and it came back up to this same. So this 4 hour resistance, it took out this spike high in here. This is the marginally higher than this high, but it doesn't really do much really. It could be maybe this. 107.65. So that could be the potential as of the, okay, for 107.60, 107.62, 63, 107.60. Let me see what I can see on the 1 hour time frame. I see the potential target as 107.60, where we have that daily high, that the body close of the daily high. But if we take the trades, and yeah, the volatility is not very good. It just up down, up down. We can see that the up bar, down bar, up bar, down bar, up bar, down bar. It's just like going like this. It certainly kind of pushes more higher than lower, but it does not looking. You might stay on this trade for quite a while, which as a day trade, you don't really want to do that, to leave the day trade for too long. Maybe once over. I'm on swing trades, so I've been sitting on this one since the last week, but swing trades are for the longer term. But certainly as of the for the day trades, we don't want to be sitting for the several days on the day trades. So it does not really looking that appealing, to be honest. So yeah, I would not really trade this one yet. I do want to see a bit more. Yeah, I want to see a bit more volatility and price showing the hand where it wants to really go, up or down, because it's very unclear at the moment. So again, no levels on the USD Japanese yen. I'm going to discuss the quickly on the news because that is important. We do have two key news out today as of Tuesday. So we have the British. It's already out already. So we have the G7 meetings. So this is all day today. So again, we don't know what they're gonna say. This the main the bankers, and yes, it's pretty significant news. So yes, 7 nations. So it's pretty significant news. Depending what's going to happen on the G7 meetings, it can cause the volatility. So the problem with this one is we don't know when it's going to come out. So that's something to keep in mind. And the other one is on the 3 p.m. UK time. We do have news out on the 3 p.m. USD side. So we have the Powell, so which is a factor that does testify, so giving a speech depending what's going to happen, what it's going to say on that at 3 p.m. It might affect the US dollar. So that's another thing to keep in mind. If you're going to be taking the trades at 255, something like maybe Euro USD, probably wait until that news is out of the way and then take the trade after that. So that's something to keep in mind, because there are pretty much two key news out today, so it can create a volatility over the market. So this is we need to keep that in mind. Okay, so now back to the questions. One thing, guys, please smash that like. It really means a lot to me. So don't forget to put that like. If you find this video helpful, then it really means a lot to me. What are the best of the president? Okay, I'm gonna. Analysis was saying, okay, I did some. You is a bit risky. I think I just discussed about yesterday. Could be strength of this week. So Sarah is saying I just discussed about the yesterday. I'm not sure that. Up or not? Up. Okay, so down from here. Or not? No, this is the beginning. So yeah, we're just trying to get the up-to-date questions. So I've seen that already. So Canada and Swiss franc did analyze that one. Slight issues. Okay, Euro is a bit risky. Okay, so I've seen that one as well. I just discussed the apology yesterday. It could be strengths in this week. Yeah, we're gonna see about that. It's gonna say, so what are the best rules to consider when identifying the stop loss points? So he's asking, as of the stop loss points goes, I always look for the some kind of lows, depending if it's buy or sell. So let's say if you are buying, let me just give you an example. Let me just find the okay. Actually, I can give an example on the levels I just called it. So Canadian dollar against Japanese yen. So I'm gonna give an example using Canadian dollar against a Japanese yen. So for example, because we are doing this sort of a day trading here on this particular occasion, the day or semi-swing, I believe, which one was it? So the entry was semi-swing, so the 25 recent target. Okay, more like a semi-swing. So in this case, so I did say that to enter around this. Oh, did make a nice long candle. Okay, probably this one's gonna get. Yeah, probably this the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, most likely gonna be, I would say, disqualified because we made this nice bearish candle. So yeah, disregard on the Canadian Japanese yen because it made this quite strong bearish candle in here. So not to take the trade at 7,700. So just ignore what I wrote on the earlier because these situations has changed. So will not be looking to take the trade. So yeah, don't take the trade at 7,700. The one I wrote on the Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen is starting to look that it will push even further down. So yeah, no trade on this one. So as of this one, when I was analyzing, when I look for the stop loss, I did look for, because this is a buy potential, I would be looking for some, in this case, because we have this spike low in here, I would be looking for the to put the stop loss down at this level. So you need to look for the significant lows, depending obviously what time frame you're using. But in this case, because it's a 1 hourly time frame, I would position my stop loss down around below this spike low. The other reason is because if it comes down to the certain level, so if we put the stop loss down to this level and price continues to go further down, then I would not be interested to go long on this currency. So that's another thing to keep in mind. But you look for like significant levels, something like the lows or the highs, depending if you're buying or selling the pair. So in this case, because it's a buy, I would be looking for some sort of significant low, which in this case was this 1 hourly low. And the other reason why it's this one is because if I see the price coming down that far down to this low, there's a chance that the price will continue fall. So in that context, if I get stopped out, then I would not be interested to take the trades again towards the long side until something happens. So that's another reason to consider. So what is the level that the price has to come down that you will be not interested anymore? So in this case, the first of all is there's a quite significant, as of the 1 hour time, is a significant low. And the other thing is, if the price comes down to this way, I will not be interested taking a longer trade. So that's another reason. So this is the two main reasons I used in here. So significant high or low, and what the price has to do in order for me to not be interested taking that particular trade. So that's what I look for in the trade. So I hope I answered that question. Okay, so I'm gonna flow through with the questions. Saish saying, thank you, George. You're welcome, Saish. Shaz is saying, hi, George. Can you show us a live scalping opportunity? Yeah, Shaz, I don't really do scalping trading. I don't do scalp trading, so I can't really. Yeah, I'm not really interested into scalp trading, and I don't discuss this scalp trading much. It's more like day and the swing trading on the in here. Scalp trading, I find it very stressful because it's always the looking and you're always sort of always in a trade. So yeah, I don't really do scalp trading. So what's your record been like based on the signals you have given out over the last what's your record been like based on the signals you have given out over the last 2 weeks? I'm not sure what you mean. What was the records? Do you mean as of the last 2 weeks, if they performed well or not? Is that what you mean? Loving your stuff. Thank you, Shaz. FTSE up, risk on good for Audi, NZ, USD, and CADs. On good. Okay, I can't read that. So FTSE is up, risk on goods. Good for Audi, NZ, and CADs. Okay. Can't really get that. EHub is saying similar to the, yeah, correct, similar to the Canadian dollar against Japanese yen. US was looking weak on the 4-hourly time frames. For time frames, US Swiss franc was, I think that was the one. Yeah, this is the more of an indecision on the US. Let me just have a look at the again. Euro CHF. That was Euro Swiss franc. I don't think it was like Euro Swiss franc. Oh, no, it was Euro USD. US Swiss franc looking weak on a 4-hourly time frame. So Chris is saying, so US Swiss franc is yeah, I wouldn't say US Swiss franc is looking weak on a 4-hourly time frame. It looks pretty solid to me, especially looking at these candles in here. We have this massive up bar. What the hell happened on? Yeah, this is pretty strong, and this is another 4-hourly time frame. So I wouldn't say it does looking weak. It looks pretty strong to me on the 4-hourly time frames, especially. It has, but however, it's on the resistance level. Yeah, on the resistance level, but it took out this spike high. So yeah, I wouldn't say the US Swiss franc is looking weak. It does look pretty solid to me. We had this. Yeah, very solid moves towards upside. I haven't really looked at the US Swiss francs for good amount of time. But yeah, I definitely would say it does looking weak, especially in 4-hourly time frames. I would not say it does looking weak. It took out the multiple highs. So certainly took out, that was yesterday, so it took out this high and also took out this high as well. That was pretty good. It could be the potential heading up to this 106.82. Okay, just deviating from there. So Ehab say, is it bullish the cut Swiss franc? Bullish cut Swiss franc. Yes, I did answer that. I think yeah, cut Swiss franc was the momentum was looking up. On my opinion, it will. Sorry for that. Okay, yeah, no problem, Sang. So I think you're referring for the British pounds on that one. Oops, I lost it. Where is it? Wait, I lost. Oh yeah, okay, I've got it. Found it. So on my opinion. Oh, okay. I'm gonna return to that. What do you mean? It contains. In my opinion, it will. Okay, sometimes it okay. Some of them I don't get the. It comes after the correction. Wait for the daily candle to close. Almost connection. I think Sarang is referring for the British pounds, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it doesn't mean that I'm definitely right or you are wrong. It's just what I see at the moment. It could get strength, but well, we're gonna find out, I guess, in the next coming days what's gonna happen on this one. Wait for the close. Chris saying I've lost connection. Your USD signal worked for me. That's good, Charles. Your USD worked for me. Okay, that's good. I got Euro Swiss franc 18:05 p.m. looking for continuations of Euro Swiss franc 18:05. That's good. 18:05. Yes. 18:05. I think 18:05. So where is it? 18:1. 1:08. I can't really. I don't get where did you get onto the trade 18:05? I just because it's 1.0627 in here, and for the Euro Swiss franc. I don't really get the where did you get on, Chris? If you can just comment it again on there, I'll have a look at it again. So Assad, hi George, can you analyze USD CAD, please? Hello Assad. Let's see. I'm gonna go through the questions, and if we're gonna have time, I will have a look at the USD CAD. MD Salmon, good afternoon, sir. Hello, MD Salmon. The gold analysis, please. I'm not sure we're gonna have time, unfortunately, George. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna have time because we only have like 8 minutes. Maybe I'm gonna have for another currencies, but because Asadi already asked for the USD CAD, I'm gonna go for the for that one. So, George, do we have any sniper entry strategy? I want to call it sniper entry, but I do have the strategy, and I do have the specific entries, the entry sort of setup I use for the entry. So yeah, I guess you call it sniper entry. I just call it setup. So yeah, I do have a specific setup for the entry. Yes. Shells, yes. How did they perform? It is what meant. Sorry, I was still trying to get terminology correct. Okay, for the last 2 weeks, I think I'm still sitting on an open trade. So we're gonna see it after that. Some of them lost, but mainly because I'm still sitting on the open trades on that one. Can't really say until I close that trade. But the other thing is the 2 weeks performance is not it doesn't mean anything 2 weeks. That's why I say I only track it only 3 months basis. That's the minimum you need to track it for 3 months, because I could be down for 2 weeks and then I could be up for another 2 weeks. So the 2 weeks does not really matter on the particular for the history. So it does not matter as of the if I'm up or down. I think it's down actually, but because I do have 2 open positions, depending how they're gonna work out. Is it down or flat? I'm not sure, but because I do have the 2 open positions, still we're gonna see how they're gonna work out on that. So they can jump to enter it. Yeah, Shaz, Paul, you missed it. No, the card Japanese yen is disqualified, so don't take the 7700 because it made the what do you call it? The candle, the way it closed. I did say it earlier, about I think 5-6 minutes ago. So don't take the 7700 entry. So it's already the bearish candle is looking too strong. So I think that this one's gonna have a more downside. Maybe gonna come down to this level, but for now 7700 is disqualified. So do not take that trade. Yeah. Okay, so USD CAD, the Assad was asking about USD CAD. We have 5 minutes time for, okay, no. Okay, quickly, I'll have a look at it quickly. So USD CAD. I'm gonna have a look at it quickly. So that will be the last one. I'm not gonna have any more time to analyze. I think USD card is pretty much this. The lot of other currencies is sitting in a choppy range, so I don't think actually this one could be on a trading side. So the price D came down, sitting on a support level in here. Same as the, I think, Australian dollar, but on the reverse. So yeah, it's sitting on this support level. So it's just a matter of time if the price is going to break this level or not. So let's go to 4-hour time frame. Yeah, it doesn't looking particularly good for me to trade this. Yeah, I would say this is also same boat with the most of the other currencies as sitting on the waiting arena and just wait what's going to happen. Maybe today, depends what's going to be on the Fed news out today at 3 p.m. Maybe after that news is out, the price will start move. But for now, this is yeah, it's on a waiting game. I can't really see. Could be a potential, but it's yeah, it needs to do a few more things before it gets me interested in here. So yeah, this is more like a waiting game on the USD card, same as the Aussie USD. I think there's quite a few other currencies which is on the sort of a range bounds in here. So I can't really mention any levels in this case as well. Yeah, we can see on the daily time frames, it's yeah, it does. Yeah, that's looking choppy. So hopefully it will maybe break this level at some point or go up and break that level. But for now, the way it looks like it's more like maybe breaking this level. So yeah, no levels on this this one as well. Good afternoon, sir. How are you, MSI return? Yeah. MSI, unfortunately, we are run out of time, so we are already. I've been here or We've been here 1.5 hours doing this currency analysis, answering questions. So unfortunately, we did already running out of time. But not to worry, we do this live forex analysis Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time. So I'm gonna be here tomorrow, 8 a.m. UK time. So we're gonna start the day fresh again from the live forex analysis. So guys, please, if you find this video helpful, interesting, just smash that like. It really means a lot to me. So, and also really great that this supports my channel to grow as well. So make sure to hit that like. It does mean a lot. And yeah, I think I did address all the questions as well as I did analyze all the currencies. So I haven't missed that. I haven't missed any of the questions, so that's good. Okay, guys, so this was the live forex analysis for today. Unfortunately, we are out of time, so I will be signing out. Again, special like, it really helps me to support my channel and it really does mean a lot to me. So, okay, guys, I will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. UK time. Thanks for my lovely assistant. She's been helping me a lot with the questions and to make sure that I don't miss any of the any of your inquiries as well as the questions. So, thanks a lot to her. And yeah, thank you guys for your support. And I will see you guys. See you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. UK time. Have a great day, and yeah, see you guys tomorrow.